Krishna Math that holds a lot of historic significance. There you see Prime Minister Narendra Modi offering prayers and the Sri Krishna Math, the historic Sri Krishna Math that is 800 years old. Elaborate preparations have been made to welcome Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is there to offer prayers. Paryaya Puttuge Math Seer Sugunendra Tirtha Swamiji, who said that Prime Minister will take part in the Laksha Kantha Gita Parayana, where 1 lakh devotees will chant the Bhagavad Gita together, inaugurating the new Suvarna Tirtha Mantapa. Now, as the schedule has been shared, Prime Minister is there. He will first offer floral tributes to Saint Poet Kanak Das, and then he will unveil the golden covering that is placed over the Kanak Das Kindi. Prime Minister Modi will also receive a Purna Kumbh welcome and do the darshan of Lord Sri Krishna, Mukhya Paran, Devaru and Suvarna Paduke. Those are the pictures on your screens. Prime Minister Narendra Modi receiving that welcome as he is there at the historic Sri Krishna Math, 800-year-old temple where he is there to offer prayers. And there the seers at the Sri Krishna Math taking Prime Minister Narendra Modi to this temple where the idol of Lord Krishna is placed. Remember, over 1 lakh of devotees who are chanting the Gita. And Prime Minister inaugurating the new Suvarna Tirth Mantapa. This is extremely significant as Prime Minister is not just doing the darshan of Lord Sri Krishna, but also Suvarna Paduke and Union Minister Prahlad Joshi, Karnataka Governor Thawarchand Gehlot, Minister Suresh, who are all along with the seers attending this very important visit to the Sri Krishna Math. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who had also posted on X that he was honored to attend the Laksha Kantha Gita Parayana, special gatherings that bring together people from different sections of society for a recital of the Gita. This math has a very special significance in our cultural life. Inspired by Sri Madhavacharya, it has been at the forefront of serving the society. This is the post that Prime Minister Narendra Modi had put out ahead of his visit. And there you see Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the historic Sri Krishna Math, the 800-year-old Sri Krishna Math, which has seen elaborate preparations as part of receiving Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Shortly before this, Prime Minister Narendra Modi in that grand roadshow where many people had gathered, crowds had gathered to catch a glimpse of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Prime Minister Modi, who's now taking part in the grand Laksha Kantha Gita Parayana that has been organized in the Udupi Sri Krishna Math. Geeta Bhatt, author and academician who is with us on the broadcast to take us through the significance of this visit. Over to you, Geeta.
Yeah, Shweta, thank you. I think we all know Udupi has, as a city, has its own significance and importance as a very, religious and spiritual place with so many temples. And particularly the temple that the Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, is visiting, the Sri Krishna temple. I think this temple has a lot of importance in connection to the philosopher Madhavacharya, a 13th century philosopher, and it goes that he had discovered a baby Krishna's idol in a shipwreck, and then this whole temple complex was made by him. And it's a very beautiful, of course, a tourist destination also, but the spiritual and the religious importance of this place because of the philosopher Madhavacharya and the pilgrimage that a large number of people take of this place. The deity, it's worshipped through a very unique, there is a window over there which has got 9 holes in it. And it is through this window, called as the Navgraha Khirki, through which people actually do the darshana of Sri Krishna. So this 13th century philosopher who had founded this temple, and he was the one who also, founder of the Dvaita Vedanta school of thought. So therefore, this place has a spiritual significance, a religious significance, and a lot of people now across the country will actually come to know about this temple with the Prime Minister's visit. He's been going around the country visiting such important spiritual and religious places in a way, connecting people in this 21st century to their very rich tradition, religious as well as cultural tradition.
Oh yes, absolutely, Geeta. And even in that post that Prime Minister Narendra Modi had put out, where he said that different sections of the society gather here in this temple, praying here has a lot of cultural significance. And one can only imagine the energy when over 1 lakh devotees will be chanting the Bhagavad Gita.
That is really, I think it will be a very unique experience for all those who are going to be part of this gathering. And this temple, it also has a very unique management where there are 8, mathas within this complex. And each of them, gets to manage the temple for a particular duration. And within this complex, having the chanting of Gita, I think it will definitely be a wonderful religious and more than religion, I think a spiritual experience being part of this chanting with the Prime Minister in that gathering.
Oh yes, and a lot of details coming in of how the security has been heightened, of every measure that has been taken to ensure that it all carries out in an organized manner, of the kind of things that the devotees can carry in and around this premise. And it only speaks of the devotion that devotees have for a temple that holds such significance. It is 800 years old, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, of course, through this visit, takes it to every household, reminding each and everyone of our roots, of our culture, of our devotion.
Yes, indeed. And, this has followed just after the, the Dhwaj, which has been hoisted by the Prime Minister in Ayodhya after the completion of the Ayodhya temple complex. And I think this has, in a way, all this is connected to the kind of a renaissance, a cultural renaissance that is taking place across the country, where we are, in a way, rediscovering our roots, our rich culture, and finding the importance and significance of a large number of such, positive rituals, which had its own scientific importance and social importance, which is something that we are discovering, Shweta. In fact, I just came across one of the articles where I read that there's this bhajan clubbing also, which has become very popular among Gen Z these days, where a large number of youth come together and they are chanting bhajans. So this definitely, I think it is a positivity of all these kind of events which will be impactful on the society.
Oh yes, devotees may add a modern twist to it, but in the manner in which it reverberates the souls of devotees is something that is unquestionable. Meanwhile, Geeta, do describe for our viewers why this Laksha Kantha Gita Parayana program is so important. Does it happen on a year-on-year basis? And in what manner is it carried out? Geeta, are you able to hear me?
Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, you are. Please do describe
Right.
for our viewers the Laksha Kantha Gita Parayana program, whether it happens on a year-on-year basis, of the kind of devotees and how many devotees in such large numbers come together for this program. Of course, like we see Prime Minister Narendra Modi part of it, but how exactly is it carried out?
Well, this Laksha Kantha Gita chanting, basically it is a practicing of the Bhagavad Gita, and which has its specific, rituals and specific goals with which one addresses it, and the number of shlokas which are recited in it are already predefined and are informed to all those who are participating in this particular, chanting. And this is something which is not done commonly, but generally when there are large gatherings, where a large number of devotees, they come together, and which is, already decided, informed, and definitely it has, a specific spiritual goal. Usually it has a specific spiritual goal. Maybe
while we can hear it from our TV studios, Geeta, I'm sure you do too. Let's actually listen into what's happening there, after which I come back to you.
ಪುಷ್ಪದ ಮೂಲಕವಾಗಿ ನೀಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಸ್ವಾಗತದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಪರಮ ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಶ್ರೀಪಾದರಿಂದ ಸ್ವಾಗತ.
जगतगुरु श्री सुखदेव तीर्थ स्वामी जी, जगत नायक माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी को माल्यार्पण करते हुए सुगंधिम पुष्पमाल्यानाम क्रांतिवर्धकम श्रीवर्धनम.
ಆಗಮಿಸಿದಂತಹ ಪ್ರಧಾನಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗಣ್ಯರನ್ನ ಆತ್ಮೀಯವಾಗಿ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಧರ್ಮಸ್ಥಳದ ಧರ್ಮಾಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳಾದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ವೀರೇಂದ್ರ ಹೆಗಡೆ ಅವರು.
Narendra Modi at the Sri Krishna Matha and the Laksha Kantha Gita Parayana program, where over 1 lakh of devotees have gathered and together they will recite the Gita. I want to continue to stay with my guest Geeta Bhatt, who will join us shortly from now, as she was talking to us about the significance of the Sri Krishna Matha. Remember, this is an 800-year-old temple, and lakhs of devotees who gather here every year. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is at the Sri Krishna Matha, in fact ahead of his visit, he had also put out this post saying, "I'm honored to be visiting Sri Krishna Matha in Udupi to take part in the Laksha Kantha Gita Parayana program. This is a special gathering that brings together people from different sections of the society for a recital of the Gita. This Matha has a lot of significance, very special significance in our cultural life. Inspired by Sri Madhavacharya, it has been at the forefront of serving our society." Prime Minister Narendra Modi speaking of the significance of this program that is underway at the Sri Krishna Matha, where remember, security has been heightened. In fact, a set of guidelines that has been put out, where those devotees attending the Laksha Kantha Gitotsav, as they call it, have been allowed there only with valid passes of the kind of items that are being carried out. The public has been advised not to roam around in the premises, and lot of measures that have been put in place to ensure that this is a program that is carried out smoothly for all the devotees. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, of course, making it special with his presence. On that note, we will slip into a short commercial break. We'll be back on the other side. This coming in from Udupi. Do stay tuned to India Today.
Motorola Edge 60 Pro, the true flagship killer.
Motorola Edge 60 Pro. Hello, Moto.